Have you ever found yourself waking up multiple times in the night, dreading that urgent trip to the bathroom, feeling like your bladder just isn't what it used to be? Or maybe you've experienced those sudden, unexpected urges during the day that make you scramble to find a restroom, disrupting your plans and making you feel a bit tied down. It's a reality many of us face as we gracefully step into our 60s and beyond. That feeling of losing control, even slightly, over something as fundamental as your bladder can be frustrating, embarrassing, and honestly, quite exhausting. It impacts your sleep, your social life, and even your confidence. You might think it's just a natural part of aging, something you simply have to live with. But what if I told you that a significant part of this struggle might be hiding right in your kitchen, in the very foods you're eating every day? It's true. The choices we make about what we put on our plates can have a profound impact on our urological health, especially as our bodies change with age. Many common foods can act as silent irritants, inflaming your bladder, straining your kidneys, and making those trips to the bathroom far more frequent and urgent than they need to be. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 specific foods that urologists often warn against. Foods that could be quietly undermining your bladder and kidney health right now. We'll talk about why they're problematic and what simple adjustments you can make to start feeling more comfortable and in control. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you about how simple changes can lead to big improvements in your daily life. So, let's dive right into the first food category that many urologists caution us about, especially as we get older. Highly processed foods and those sneaky artificial sweeteners. Now, when I talk about processed foods, I'm thinking about those quick meals, the pre-packaged snacks, the sugary cereals, and even many of those diet drinks that promise to be a healthier alternative. You know the ones: chips, crackers, pastries, frozen dinners that are packed with things like high fructose corn syrup, refined sugars, unhealthy trans fats, and a whole laundry list of unpronounceable ingredients. These aren't just empty calories. They are often inflammatory agents that can wreak havoc throughout your entire body, and your urinary system is no exception. Think about it. Your bladder is a sensitive organ, designed to hold and expel waste. When you fill your body with chemicals and artificial ingredients that it doesn't recognize or can't easily process, your bladder can react. It might become irritated, leading to increased urgency, more frequent trips to the bathroom, and even a feeling of discomfort or burning. Many of these processed foods are also incredibly low in fiber and essential nutrients, which means they don't support a healthy gut microbiome. And believe it or not, a healthy gut is intimately connected to a healthy bladder and overall immune function, helping to ward off those dreaded urinary tract infections. Artificial sweeteners, in particular, found in many sugar-free or diet products, are notorious bladder irritants for many people. Sucralose, aspartame, saccharin, these are often marketed as healthier choices, but for a sensitive bladder, they can be just as, if not more, problematic than regular sugar. They don't provide any nutritional value, and some studies suggest they can even alter your gut bacteria, potentially leading to inflammation and discomfort. Now, I know these foods are convenient, and they're everywhere, but making a conscious effort to reduce them can make a world of difference. Instead of that pre-packaged snack, reach for a handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, or some raw vegetables with hummus instead of a diet soda. Try sparkling water with a slice of lemon or cucumber, or better yet, plain old water. It's about shifting your mindset from convenience to nourishment. You're not just avoiding a problem. You're actively choosing foods that support your body's natural functions. It's a gentle step, but a powerful one, towards feeling more comfortable and in control of your bladder. Moving on to the second common culprit that many of us rely on daily, often without realizing its impact on our bladder: excessive caffeine. And when I say caffeine, I'm talking about more than just your morning coffee. It's in tea, especially black and green teas, many soft drinks, chocolate, and even some pain relievers. Now, for many of us, that morning cup of coffee is a ritual, a cherished start to the day, and a moderate amount might be perfectly fine for some. But for others, especially those experiencing bladder sensitivity or an overactive bladder, caffeine acts as a powerful diuretic and a bladder stimulant. What does that mean? Well, as a diuretic, caffeine increases urine production, meaning your kidneys work harder and faster to produce more liquid waste. This naturally leads to more frequent trips to the bathroom, which can be particularly disruptive if it's happening throughout the night. Beyond that, caffeine directly stimulates the bladder muscle, causing it to contract more often and more intensely. This can lead to that urgent, gotta go right now sensation, even when your bladder isn't completely full. Imagine your bladder as a muscle that's getting an extra push from the caffeine. It becomes more irritable, more prone to spasms, and less able to comfortably hold urine for longer periods. So, how much is excessive? It varies from person to person. For some, even a single cup of strong coffee can trigger symptoms. For others, it might be multiple cups throughout the day. The key is to pay attention to your body. If you notice increased urgency or frequency after your morning brew, it might be a sign that caffeine is a factor. Reducing your intake doesn't mean giving it up entirely. Perhaps switch to decaf coffee or herbal teas in the afternoon, or try diluting your coffee with a bit more water or milk. Gradually cutting back can help your bladder adjust without the harsh withdrawal symptoms like headaches. Remember, it's about finding a balance that supports your comfort and well-being, allowing you to enjoy your day without constant worry about where the nearest restroom is. It's a small adjustment that can offer significant relief and bring back a sense of freedom to your daily activities. Now that we've talked about processed foods, artificial sweeteners, and excessive caffeine, let's turn our attention to the third food category that can be surprisingly tough on your urinary system, particularly your bladder overly spicy foods. Many of us enjoy a little kick in our meals, whether it's from chili peppers or hot sauces. That fiery sensation on your tongue can be delightful. But what feels good in your mouth might not be so pleasant for your bladder. When you consume spicy foods, the irritating compounds, like capsaicin, are absorbed into your bloodstream and eventually passed through your kidneys into your urine. As these irritants come into contact with the delicate lining of your bladder, they can cause inflammation and irritation. For someone with a sensitive bladder, this can manifest as increased urgency, a burning sensation during urination, or even bladder pain. It's almost like your bladder is trying to tell you, "Hey, that was a bit too much for me." This irritation can lead to those frustrating feelings of needing to go frequently, even if your bladder isn't full, and can be particularly bothersome at night, interrupting your precious sleep. It's not about eliminating all spices from your diet. Mild spices, herbs, and aromatics like garlic, ginger, and turmeric can be wonderful for your health. The key is moderation and listening to your body. If you notice that your bladder symptoms worsen after a spicy meal, it's a clear signal to cut back. Try reducing the amount of hot sauce you add, or choose milder versions of your favorite dishes. Experiment with different spice levels and observe how your body reacts. You might find that a little bit of heat is fine, but a lot is too much. It's about being mindful and making choices that support your comfort, allowing you to enjoy your food without suffering the consequences later. Moving on to our fourth category of foods that can pose a challenge for your bladder as you age: high acidic foods, particularly when consumed in large quantities. We're talking about things like citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and also tomatoes, tomato products like sauces and ketchup, and even vinegar. Now, many of these foods are incredibly healthy and packed with vitamins and antioxidants. The issue isn't their inherent health benefits, but rather their acidic nature and how that acidity can interact with the sensitive bladder lining. For some individuals, especially those prone to bladder irritation, the acidity in these foods can act like an irritant, triggering bladder spasms, increasing urgency, and causing discomfort. It's similar to how some people with sensitive skin react to certain harsh soaps. Their bladder lining can be equally reactive to highly acidic compounds in urine. While cranberries are often touted for urinary tract health, for many people with sensitive bladders, the acidity in cranberry juice or even whole cranberries can actually worsen symptoms rather than alleviate them. It's a bit of a paradox, but it highlights how individual responses can vary. So, what's the advice here? It's not about avoiding all these nutritious foods entirely. It's about balance and understanding your body's unique tolerance. If you frequently consume large amounts of tomato sauce, or if you regularly start your day with a big glass of orange juice and notice increased bladder discomfort, it might be worth exploring whether these acidic foods are playing a role. Try reducing your portion sizes or pairing acidic foods with more alkaline foods to help balance the pH. The goal is to identify your personal triggers and make adjustments that allow you to enjoy a varied and healthy diet without compromising your bladder comfort. It's about thoughtful choices that empower you to live more freely, without constantly worrying about your next bathroom break. Finally, let's talk about the fifth food category that can silently impact your urological health, particularly your kidneys' foods extremely high in sodium, especially processed meats and salty snacks. We all know that too much salt isn't good for blood pressure. And that's certainly true. But beyond cardiovascular health, high sodium intake places a significant burden on your kidneys, which are the body's master filters. Their job is to process waste and regulate fluid balance. And when they're constantly working to flush out excess salt, it can lead to long-term strain. Think about foods like cured deli meats, sausages, bacon, highly processed cheese, canned soups, and most savory snacks like crisps and pretzels. These items are often loaded with hidden sodium. When you consume a lot of salt, your body tries to retain more water to dilute it, which can lead to fluid retention and increased blood pressure, both of which put extra pressure on your kidneys. Over time, this constant strain can contribute to kidney damage and reduce their efficiency. Less efficient kidneys mean they might struggle to filter waste effectively, potentially leading to a buildup of toxins and other issues down the line. So, how do you tackle this? It starts by becoming a label reader. Many foods that don't even taste particularly salty are packed with sodium. Look for low sodium or no added salt options. Focus on cooking more meals at home where you can control the salt content. Instead of reaching for processed meats, opt for fresh, lean proteins like chicken, fish, or plant-based alternatives. Flavor your food with herbs, spices, garlic, and onion instead of relying heavily on salt. These aren't just good for your kidneys, they're excellent for your overall health, helping to maintain healthy blood pressure and reduce inflammation throughout your body. Making these simple swaps can relieve the burden on your kidneys and bladder, helping them function optimally and allowing you to feel more comfortable and vibrant every day. We've covered quite a lot today, haven't we? From those sneaky, highly processed foods and artificial sweeteners that can irritate your delicate bladder lining, to the overstimulating effects of too much caffeine, the burning irritation from overly spicy meals, the subtle yet persistent discomfort caused by excessive acidic foods, and finally, the heavy burden that high-sodium items place on your hard-working kidneys. It might seem like a lot to take in, and perhaps a bit daunting, thinking about all these foods you might need to adjust. But here's the wonderful truth: these aren't about drastic, sudden changes that make your life less enjoyable. It's about gentle, mindful adjustments that can lead to profound improvements in your comfort, your sleep, and your overall quality of life. Remember, every small step you take towards a more bladder and kidney-friendly diet is a victory. It's about choosing nourishing, whole foods more often, and being aware of how certain ingredients make your unique body feel. It's not about perfection, it's about progress, and celebrating each positive change you make. Think about the joy of an uninterrupted night's sleep, truly restful and restorative. Instead of being jolted awake by an urgent need to go, imagine the freedom of going out with friends, enjoying a museum visit, or even just a long walk in the park, without constantly scouting for the nearest restroom or feeling that uncomfortable pressure. These are real, tangible benefits that are well within your reach, and they can significantly enhance your daily experiences. Your body is incredibly resilient, and it responds beautifully to thoughtful care. By making conscious choices about what you eat, you're not just avoiding discomfort, you're actively promoting your long-term urological health and enhancing your overall well-being. It's about reclaiming your independence and ensuring that, as you gracefully navigate your 60s and beyond, you do so with comfort, confidence, and boundless vitality. It's about feeling truly present in your life, rather than being distracted by physical discomforts that can often be managed or significantly reduced. Think of these food choices as a way to empower yourself, giving you back control over your body and your routine. You deserve to feel good, to feel comfortable, and to enjoy every moment of this wonderful stage of life. It's about setting yourself up for many more years of joy, activity, and peace of mind. We truly hope this conversation has shed some light on an area of health that isn't always openly discussed, but is so crucial for our comfort and quality of life. This isn't just about what you eat. It's about understanding your body's unique responses and making informed decisions that serve your well-being. What are your thoughts on these foods? Have you personally found that certain foods impact your bladder or kidney health? Perhaps you've already made some of these changes and experienced positive results. Or maybe you've discovered other dietary tweaks that have made a difference for you. We'd absolutely love to hear your experiences, your insights, and your questions in the comments section below. Your personal stories and advice can be incredibly helpful and inspiring for others in our community who might be going through similar things or who are just starting their journey toward better urological health. Let's create a supportive space where we can all learn from each other. If you found this video helpful, if it resonated with you, or if it simply made you think differently about your diet and its impact, please take a moment to give us a thumbs up. That little click really helps our channel immensely, allowing us to reach more wonderful people like you who are looking for practical, empowering health advice. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you more practical, easy-to-understand advice, encouraging insights, and inspiring conversations about living your healthiest, happiest life at every age. We believe that aging is not about slowing down, but about embracing wisdom, continuing to grow, and enjoying every moment with renewed vitality. We're here to support you every step of the way on your journey to feeling your absolute best. Thank you so much for joining us today, for investing in your health and well-being. And remember, live your best life, vibrant and comfortable, truly feeling your best, at every age.